Hello, welcome back to Monster Train. I got a few updates for you here, just a few real quick ones. Basically, last night on stream, I'll bring up the run history here. I had a pretty good night. I got a lot of highlights coming for you. Well, I got a lot of highlights coming. I basically like there should be 5:30 content at least for the next 2 weeks of Monster Train stream highlights for a while. So if you're interested in more Monster Train content, I got that for you. I'll I basically there's no like, oh well, will they be coming? Will they not? It's like, oh, I have like 5 runs that I thought were interesting and worth exporting for you. Now, on top of that, we're starting on a 9-win streak. Yeah, I won. We finished yesterday's run. I won, or finished yesterday's YouTube run. Won that, went up to a 4-win streak, and then I won every single run I played on stream. So we're playing Umbra. The other interesting thing to note about this is I looked at my run history at the end of the night last night, and the last time I played a run with Umbra as my main faction was the last time I played it on the YouTube. I have not randomed into Umbra main in 6 days. It is strange, to say the least. But yeah, without basically more Monster Train content on the way. I'll probably be I got a bunch of content I'm going to be doing for the YouTube here. I am excited. We may, depending on how things go, I may go up to even 4 videos a day. Maybe we'll do like Ratropolis in the morning, then this Monster Train episode where it's just me and you, and then the Monster Train stream highlight, and then maybe I'll bring in Stone Shard like I've been talking about. We'll see how I'm feeling about that though. All right. Without any further ado, let's get to it, shall we? Umbra main. It's been so long since I played with Penumbra. I'm very excited to play with Penumbra again. Ooh boy, and we get to have a nice Umbra melting run. So Umbra melting is the killer, right? This is often the fact, like this is the clan combo. This is your killer run. What do we got here? We got Perils of Production, Wicklash, Void Binding, and Seraph the Chaste. So, the Void Binding spam build is reasonable if we get Trample Penumbra. It's a little shaky against Chaste, but we'll see. Open up our artifact. Ooh, Fossilized Fangs. This is always good. Like, if I get Gorge Penumbra, this is really, really good, but even if I don't, it's pretty good. Abandoned Antumbra does a similar thing, though, because this always gives me a morsel. Whereas Fossilized Fangs gives me double efficiency. I'm gonna take Fossilized Fangs. I think it's better. And no trample. Alright. So we're going for Penumbra solo carries the run. Or not Penumbra solo carries, but Penumbra kills our bosses, and then we just need to answer frontline with something else. It's gonna be tough. I think this is gonna be a hard run. Mark of Invasion. I think I want to be very, very careful with my pyre health. I'm gonna be very careful with my pyre health. This is a bad run. Like, so far, as we sit right now, this is a bad run. Why is this a bad run? Mainly because I didn't get Trample Penumbra. Why is that important, you may be wondering? And the answer is because without Trample Penumbra, what's my plan for putting heavies down? The answer is, it's like, get Paraffin Thug. Yeah, it's basically Paraffin Thug. We don't have a good option to target down units with high health pools. Trample Penumbra usually does that for us, but I missed it. Maybe I should have gone for Architect Penumbra, actually. Because Architect Penumbra would have helped with that a lot more than Gorge Penumbra does. That's interesting. Maybe I should have gone for I think I might have wanted Architect on this one instead of what I took. Very, very interesting. What's my next draw looking like? I mean, I could probably play Void Binding here. Here's the thing, playing this Void Binding basically just means that I should wipe this entire floor. I'll miss my next turn, but I'm pretty sure that we win this. This play makes it so that I never... I don't leak on this turn. And Penumbra... It's a 50-50 on if Penumbra will win or not without any assistance, I suppose. I'm gonna press enter. If boss spawns with 5-1 behind him that is damage dealing, we're maybe in trouble. Alright, we got it. Yeah, and playing it like this is risky, of course, but fine. Because I took nothing now. There were worlds where this caused me to take a bunch of damage though, for sure. Or not a bunch of damage, but there were worlds where this was like, oh, chain. I mean, a bunch of damage, right? Because chains. There was a world where chains just beat my ass for that. This is not that world though. We got there. The other thing that made me feel relatively confident is I would get 2 turns to Shade Splitter like this if I really needed to. I could have just taken his curses, but we got there. It was a bit of a roll, but 36-24 looked pretty good to me. Morsel making is good, and Entombed Explosives is actually really, really good right now. I think that this is an excellent choice. An extra 50 damage is really strong. Like, really strong. Very, very useful. So we're going to look for any sort of DPS here. Probably the best thing we could find is Allied Construct, but it's hard. Like, it's hard to make Allied Construct work, I think. Quick +5/+10 damage, shield 2. Yeah, we gotta take that. He's gotta become our heavy killer. Him plus Entombed Explosives, they gotta work together to pump out enough damage with Gorge Penumbra to take down 190 health heavies. It's gonna be a struggle, but we're gonna give it our all. He needs health and he needs health. He doesn't. I guess +5/+10 is okay. And then I'll do another 25 after that, I think. Yeah, so we'll just stop there. Now, we need morsel generation more than anything else. More soul than anything else. Every time, how many times do you think I've done a pun based on the word more when talking about morsel? Too many is the answer. The answer is too many. So we got +4 for a unit draft. Honestly, the best thing we could pick up is probably Morsel Maker. Morsel Maker, Morsel Master right now. +4 attack puts us in scary territory though. No one has, like, if I had another 25 on this guy, I would take this for sure. But I think I'm not going to do this. Let's look at our unit draft. Remnant Banner. I'm not going to do this. The other thing we can find on this run is Paraffin Thug. If we could set up an Allied Construct, Paraffin Thug, Morsel Maker floor, that would be pretty strong, I have to imagine. Give you some fuel. He doesn't need, he needs like half the morsels you would normally need for him because we have Fossilized Fangs, which is really nice. He gets his fuel doubled, which means that things look a little bit nicer, right? Like this, where he gets to punch through this whole floor for us. Throw him a drag, and then I don't have to, like, I don't have to give him a morsel this round. In fact, I don't have to give him a morsel for the next 2 rounds. I basically, with Gorge Fangs, what is this called? Fossilized Fangs? I can just let him chill. He does all the heavy lifting for us. I can just feed Penumbra. Sweet. He's pretty good, but he falls off like crazy. On the list of units that falls off, this guy's really high. Like, he falls off like nuts. As soon as you start getting into enemies that do enough damage to kill him, you go, oh. Also, I put 2 drags down on this floor, and now he can't be fed. It's fine, though. Because I'm just gonna let Penumbra handle it, I guess. I'll throw him like 1 morsel if I can, so he kills the front line. But, you know. Obviously, the other big thing that we have here on our to-do list is figure out how I'm killing backline on this run ever. It hasn't been... oh, can't play that one. Hasn't been a super big deal, but it's something that we're going to want to be able to solve at some point. The most common answer is probably Fatal Melting. Although I think morsels don't count for Fatal Melting anymore. Yeah, we got it. I guess we'll see what we get offered. I don't. First 2 combats though, I didn't take trials, but I've eased up on just slamming trials and dying for it. We can make recoveries. Yeah, packed morsels versus Antumbra Assault though. Antumbra Assault's way better. Helps kill backline, something that's very important. Molten Encasement is also pretty good now. I don't know if it's an auto take. I think it's not here because it's gonna like it's a card I want to be able to set up in front of my units, but I cannot do that here. I'm gonna skip that because like I want to play it when I draw it in front of a floor that's doing a lot of damage, but I can't do that because it'll take Gorges from my floors. We have a bunch of Gorge floors. Okay, Magic Merchant, Permafrost plus 20 and -1. Baron and Tycoon. I might want to take Baron. Might want to take Baron and plan to put him behind the Allied Construct. It just feels bad. I don't know. It feels bad. But he'll scale up reasonably well, in theory. Too bad, like, God, this would actually be so free if they didn't nerf the Harvest interaction, right? This combat would be, like, I think this pickup would be a no-brainer, because we could just make that floor insane. Unfortunately, it has been nerfed, so we must think now. I said I wanted a Paraffin Thug, and this guy, he becomes a little bit better than Paraffin Thug over time. After, like, what, probably after, like, 4 rounds, he'll get about plus 12. About 5 rounds, he's better than Paraffin Thug. The problem is I can't use his health gain, so maybe I should just take Wickless Tycoon and take the money. I think I will, and we'll just keep our eyes peeled. We still have 2 more unit drafts to see. We can maybe find something better to put behind. I don't like these. Alright. It's tough. It's a tough run, absolutely. We'll see. Take a Morsel Miner -1. I could Permafrost Void Binding. It's not terrible. We can just use it as a like a 2 damage shield ahead of a major round. Plus Rage 6. I think not. Gonna keep saving our money. That's an Umbra banner. There's a Merchant of Steel over there. I feel like I had to go to the banner though. Am I gonna do fish for a plus 25 for a construct? We don't need that right now. We need that probably starting in the next round. Because the problem is construct has nothing to help keep him alive. Don't be putting Tycoon on the short floor every time. Explosive Sigil on Daedalus. Penumbra goes on whichever floor is the highest. And he can just eat that 10. It's fine. Okay. So we need to amp up our morsel gen a little bit more as well on the list of things to do today. Train Steward goes here and takes most of it. I guess I just put the drag down and take all of it, huh? No, I put the drag up here so that he catches this extra 2 damage we would take. But we're looking a little weak right here. This is not the sort of start I would like to have seen. I need Daedalus to not bomb the bottom floor. Middle floor is okay. That is passable. I need to give this Allied Construct fuel sooner. We're gonna take damage for that. Nothing I can do. There is something I can do about that, actually. At this point, I need to set Penumbra up to solo Daedalus, which means I need to maybe just ignore the Allied Construct. My morsel generation is just god-awful, and there's not much to be done about it. Yeah. I suppose. If we survive this combat, we're in a reasonable position. It's just a big if there. Daedalus is going to give us a run for our money, for sure. Okay, there's Morsel Miner. The problem is that I need to draw into Antumbra Assault to be able to feed both of these guys. And I needed to hit that a lot sooner than I did. 2, 1, 1, 10. So 2, 1, 1, 10. You always die. Okay. I think I do want to power him up. We can put... Yeah, I want to power him up with the Rubble Morsel. And Train Steward takes 2 hits. These 2 drags take 2 hits. Probably better to put the... Maybe better to put the Train Steward down. Morsel Miner here. I think I will put a drag up here. And I think I will put a drag here. No, that doesn't seem right. I don't have high hopes for us surviving this run. I feel like, you know, it's like, I'm pretty sure your win streak is basically just dictated on, well, how long until you run into Umbra melting or melting Umbra, right? And also, if we had Trample Penumbra, I would feel a lot better about this. 2 plus 10. Ah. That's easy. But Antumbra Assault being my bottom card is probably going to seal the deal here. On the bright side, I can kill this thing with Void Binding. That's fine. I don't think I want to play Void Binding, actually. Yeah, I don't think I want to play Void Binding. Let's play the Dreg to take that 1 damage. Could have put him behind and caught the Priest. Nah, though. Alright. Might take another 6. The 6 damage we're taking there is not worth considering. The problem is that Daedalus is about to kill me. That's the thing we gotta keep in mind. Daedalus threatens to kill here. Finally we Antumbra Assault. Took me 6 turns to draw into Antumbra Assault. That is tough. The Daedalus hits once. I need to give you 1 fuel. We'll see what we're getting here. I may as well take the extra energy as well. I want to give you 1 fuel. There's no way... Actually, with a damage shield, you can get 2 extra rounds in, right? This is the best morsel to feed him. Because, yeah, he'll take 150 off of Daedalus there. Definitely want to lifesteal into Penumbra. And Penumbra should take 33. Plus 4 gives you an extra round. So you should take those 2. And then... You only have Burnout 1. So I can... Let's talk this one out. Because the min-maxing damage on Daedalus is really important. I'm pretty sure the best way to go about this, because this plus 4 is going to come out to be how much? You hit once on the Dreg. 30 here, 30 here. That's 30 damage. So it would be plus 4. 1 hit hits the damage shield, then this would be another plus 8, so it's plus 12. And then 1 more hit takes him to 4. Plus 16. This is the better play. Put a Wicklash here and then tank around with the morsel. What? Why would I take less damage? Why would he take less damage for this play? Ow. What? How does he take less damage because of this? Alright, I guess let's watch why this makes him take 46 instead of 150. Oh, because the Dreg steals the damage shield and he doesn't eat. I'm a fool. Gorge mechanics, am I right, fellas? Wow, that's rough. That is tough right there, I gotta say. Forgot how Gorge works. It happens. We're not gonna die off of that, but that is tough. Alright. 44. And we can take 18 total. That's an interesting one. I tried to get too big brain. If I had just not done anything, we would have been fine. Play a Morsel Miner. We can drop him below 40 at least. Morsel Miner in front and then a Revel Morsel ahead of that makes him take 10. That's interesting. Huh. Alright. We lived and we learned to, no one's perfect. That's all I gotta say about that one. Umbrastone, I could do Wretch. I could actually do Wretch because we really just need morsels. I don't think it matters what I'm retching, but a lot of times I draw this card early and it's really bad. Whereas there's a world where Trample Stone slapped on Gorge Penumbra goes insane, right? There's a world where this wipes entire floors for us. I'm gonna go for that. I think it's a little better. Seraphim Enforcer, Tycoon Crucible Warden. Probably not. Yeah, probably not. And which fell? Rage. So much Rage fell lately, I swear. Been fighting a lot of sweep, it feels like to me. I'm gonna take draw. Need to get to Antumbra Assault faster. We need to take anything that says morsel on it. I'm probably going to not play any part of melting on this run, and we're gonna go for... removals are cool, but I really value pyre health when I feel weak, and I feel weak, but I can't go on a great path to removals. I mean, I guess we can just go into a trinket shop. I think that's okay. Light's Gift or Concussive Coals. So there's no reason to not do this. I'm not going to have a unit that needs to revenge on this run. I don't have spikes. We're not Stygian. We're not Hellhorned. We're not Awoken. So the question then becomes, do I want Concussive Coals or Light's Gift? The answer to which is probably Concussive Coals. In 2 out of 3 combats, I'm going to have Penumbra on the top 4. Penumbra's going to have the lifesteal and isn't going to care about damage taken. In most combats, I'm going to have the construct on the bottom 4. I'm going to take Concussive Coals. That's fine with me. And we're going to go into Gorge all the way. We're going to basically... The idea of this run is to have construct take like a few chips off of the enemies. I'm not going to take any trials. We're super weak. No way to kill backline other than 1 Antumbra Assault is not very strong feeling. So yeah, Construct's going to chip the enemies down, and then Penumbra's going to scale up. I need morsel generation, though. That's all we're looking for here. Construct should go middle 4 here, though. Give her plus 10, but I get rid of this Train Steward. It's worth. It's worth. No more, like, not being able to consistently power this thing on, though, is really terrible. Like, it's really bad that I can't turn him on here. And I only get 1. Ugh. What can I do? What do I do, Lord? Train Steward or Drag Whiplash. Let's see. You're going to be at 50. We're going to have Penumbra at 34. This is 34. I can get to 48 if I Drag Whiplash. Comes real close to catching this Clipped Reflector. Maybe I should just put a Gorge on the Construct. Oh no. I don't like this. I don't like this one bit. Do this. I'm just gonna take this damage. There's nothing I can do about it. I can't turn my Construct on because I don't have any fuel. The Construct classic, right? Finally got it dazed. Right. Now we can turn our Construct on. So he's only 2 rounds late. I'm only gonna give him 1 because I need to power this guy up as much as I can. Throw another dragon there. Yeah, I want to get Penumbra as close as I can to wiping out these enemies. It's gonna take it's too long though. It's just gonna take too long. I'm gonna take a big chunk. Super weak because we didn't get great morsel generation in our early game. Even though I drafted 2 morsel cards, right? That's the thing that's really funny about it. I drafted 2 morsel cards and our morsel generation is still very weak. It's okay. Penumbra is now more or less scaled to the point where he wipes entire floors with a little help. Which is good enough, I guess. Although he's not going to wipe this next floor, so... I guess I could have actually had my Construct live there if I had thrown a dragon in front of it. Right. 101 there. I think it's just like... I think it's just Void Binding. 74. If I Void Binding, I save myself 6 damage on the Pyre. I think it's time to make moves like this because we are in dire straits here. We're in a bad spot. I need this combat to give me something that makes me go, oh yeah, we're good. I need something really strong off of this combat. Yeah, he wipes the entire floor. That's good at least. I just need to be able to get Penumbra there on like 3 turns instead of 5, right? That's all. It's hard though. It's a tough one. Like I said, right? Umbra melting is the killer. Melting Umbra, Umbra melting, however you want to combine these two, it's the killer. Wow, Penumbra doesn't even win this. What the hell? Oh, because of the two 9-2s, yeah. I can buy Penumbra one more round by playing Train Steward in front. I think we're just dead. Jade Splitter gives +6. This gives... Yeah, we're just fucking dead. It's a really hard faction combo, I gotta tell you. You know, win streak's over. This is not surprising. It really is just whenever I have to play Umbra Melting or Melting Umbra, it's just fucked, right? What do I do different on that run? I guess I focus a little more on turning on the construct, but like, ugh. I guess I needed to draw more morsels into the construct, I suppose. But our morsel generation was bad. We got a bunch of shitty units. I hate playing with the construct and Gorge Penumbra together. I think the change I make on that run is I pick Architect. I think you don't take Gorge Penumbra when you're Umbra Melting because you're gonna have to pick a Gorge unit as your main carry because Melting has a bunch of dog shit units. Like these clans, their problem everyone points to is that you have too many. Or you don't have options to kill the backline. And that's true, right? I had one card to hit backline enemies, but like I had no carry. That run was just dog shit all around. I'm gonna go Monstrous I think is better, but I'm gonna go for Architect. No, I'm just gonna go for Monstrous. We have Mind Jacks. I feel like, yeah, just don't pick Gorge Penumbra and Umbra Melting. That's the lesson we take away from this. This is going to increase our win rate greatly as this faction combo, I imagine. At 30. Armor 10 takes him to 40. One-shotting backline is basically impossible. I'm not going to take this. I don't feel bad about losing that, though. Umbra Melting is really hard. I definitely think it's the hardest clan combo in the game. I should have put that drag top for. Not punished, but still. Shouldn't do things like that. I don't know, I go back and forth when people ask me what the hardest clan combo is, because I also think Melting Awoken is bad, but I feel like it's just, I think it is any combination of Umbra Melting or Melting Umbra, especially when you do not get a carry, which we did not get in that run. Put this in front and save Penumbra that health. You have to use carries that are not bad. You have to use frontline carries, which I really don't do well with. But that's okay. We're learning. Always, always learning. 41 damage there. That's decent. Now, it's intervals of 10 because of the bad roll on the spawn. Hopefully we draw into an Antumbra Assault. I think I have to. No, never mind. We have 2 Antumbra Assaults, I believe. It's fine. We just play 2 morsels. Yeah. Fuck. Alright. I feel a lot better with Trample Penumbra, especially with Mind Jacks. I'm always going to be able to play him. I think I'll pick Packed Morsels. Even though we have Antumbra Assault, morsel generation is often a problem. I feel like your worst clan combo has to be something plus Melting, because Melting plays so bad with everything else. Plus 10 damage shield to Endless. Ugh. And Umbra, I think it's Umbra because Umbra has, on average, the worst units on their own. Like, Crucible Collector solos bosses, but he doesn't answer heavies for you. Allied Construct. Fine. Round 2, buddy. I'm gonna roll for health. Yeah. This time he should be better because he doesn't have to compete with Penumbra for Gorges, so it should look a lot cleaner. Spikes 3. I'm not afraid. This run's basically going to be how the last run should have looked, I think. I've lost space middle floor twice now. How strange. I do want to give Penumbra a little more damage if I can, but more importantly is just fueling our boy up. I took a look, by the way, if you're interested in stuff like this, I took a look at my win rate yesterday, and after last night I did a calculation of how many runs have I won on the beta, and my win rate on the beta out of, I think it's 31 runs, not counting the runs that have happened today, my win rate is, it is like 56% right now. Dropped a little bit because we just lost that last run, but still. Yo, what a great set of morsels to generate there. If you're interested in stuff like that though, there's your numbers. Your pen number. Alright. A million times I will make that joke. A million times. And 1,000,001 times someone will hopefully comment, "Shut the fuck up, loser." And I will never. But yeah, I've said before, right? Because people are like, "Oh, what's your highest win streak?" Now I have a pretty good win streak on the books. It's good, right? Because that's one of those things that, even though I don't really care about it, it's something that people will come in and they'll be like, in the stream, they'll be like, "Hey, what's your win streak? Hey, what's your win streak?" And I'll be like, "Well, I don't really care about the win streak because it's just standard variance. Playing random means that you're randoming into bad faction combos, and occasionally you get unwinnable win runs." And they're like, "Yeah, but what's your win streak, fucking idiot?" And I'm like, "It's 4. And then, but now I have a 9, and I can be like, "It's 9, dude, it's 9." And then we're gonna transfer off of the beta, and they're gonna be like, "Oh, well, that was on the beta branch, so who cares?" And then I go, "Yeah, all right, I guess you got me. Who cares?" Who cares? But now we got a 9. No double digits. We'll probably not go on a tear like that again for a while. You know, what was the common theme in that big streak I went on, by the way? Well, I didn't play Umbra Melting. I also didn't play Awoken Melting. I played a lot of Hellhorned and a lot of Stygian in that win streak with the randoms. That was the big theme I found. You can look for, like, God, Remnant banners when you're not playing as Remnant feel like such shit. What am I gonna take out of this? I'm gonna take Wickless Tycoon. That's it. The only unit I could even find is Wickless Tycoon. But a steel shop to cement my construct doesn't sound terrible. I do just like taking health in an artifact though. I'm gonna go for health in the artifact. I think this is better. Oh yeah, it's a lot better. Both of these are really good. Which one do you like more? I personally like units cost -2 a lot more. If we get offered Shadow Siege, I just have to take... Oh, that's right, they nerfed him. Oh yeah, he's bad now. Reasonably, can I do this? No, he'll only be able to eat 1 morsel per round. It's really... Oh, unless I put him on the middle 4. Hang on. If I put him on the middle 4, I can do this. I can do this, yeah. Even in its worst case, Mindjax puts it at 6, so I'll be able to feed him 2 per round if it loses space. And at 55 times 280, he carries. But, nah, he carries. Let's do it. He carries. The downside is that now I should have gone to the steel shop. Because if I had gone to the steel shop, I could have buffed him up before that, and we could have cheated into an extra buff. It is a double-barrel Daedalus. I'm probably going to have to take space anyway on this as well. Despite the Mindjax, I think I'll need to take space for Trample Penumbra. Mindjax was Trample Penumbra space, but now it's big thickness Lord space. Okay. I mean, he has 80 health, I don't really care about that. Just feed him. The obvious thing we have to watch for is when the goons run by me, the haste from Double Barrel, but it should be okay. Chill. He takes 20 and I don't care. Because he only has to survive 6 rounds against Daedalus, and he currently survives 7 comfortably. Oh my god, Daedalus, calm the fuck down with these bombs! Ah! 3, 6, 9 goes into here. If I play... Oh, actually, he's always taking 20. That's crazy. Daedalus double barrels me twice to the fucking face. What the hell? Fuck you, Daedalus. You're such a piece of shit. I hate you. Double barrel Daedalus. I hate Daedalus bombs so much when you don't have a way to kill them. They feel so bad. Because there's no counterplay to that, right? There's nothing I can do. It's just, oh, don't roll the 1 in 3 poorly, you fucking dumbass? Dummy? I don't know why. I got stuck halfway between dumbass and dummy there. And I just went, you fucking dumb? That's fine. We got lifesteal, so all that damage doesn't matter anymore. Like, the more I play it, I think that this combo of clans is hard. I think that Umbra main is better than Melting main for you, but I do think that this clan combo is a little tough. I've been struggling with it a lot lately. I think it has ended most of my streaks. If not all of them, come to think of it. It's a very hard clan combo. I've argued against it being the hardest because Melting Awoken I find troubling, but I've changed my mind. I don't know which one of these is better to do. I think it's better to pick you off. I think it's better to do it like this. And we can save Penumbra 10 damage with one of these. In this construct, he's gonna carry for a while. I mean, he's gonna carry for most of the game. He can solo this run, basically. He's on the path to solo carrying this whole run. I put a train steward down here. I put a train steward down here, and then I put a train steward here. And if I put a drag here, this 4 gets wiped. I should have put this drag down here. Although it doesn't matter, because he's gonna just lose that damage. He's gonna end at the same health and damage. It's fine. Penumbra wipes that floor. Alright. 2 Antumbra mills. Right on. But you can see, right, even in just, this is a 6-round combat, this is how most of these combats are gonna look. He's ending at 71 times 2 plus, or 73 times 2 with 97, and we have very minor morsel generation. He is very capable of carrying this run. I just need to give him the support he's gonna need. He needs to go, basically, similar to Lifesteal Dog, he just needs to have a shitload of, just a metric ton of fuel going into Seraph. Or he needs to be able to kill Seraph in like 10 rounds. Memento Mori's bad now, I think. Because, like, in this combo, I think it's bad. Frontline damage isn't what we're missing backline damage. I need the other one. Endless on Trample Penumbra is often a pretty good pickup, because Penumbra's big problem is that in the longer combats he gets whittled down to nothing. Tycoon. I don't think I want Tycoon. Shadow Eater. There's no sweep on the map. But I really do not want to be diverting any of my morsels off of my man. I don't know. He kills backline. Everyone says it to me. But what about Shadow Eater? He kills backline. No one else kills backline in Mount Umbra. You have no answers other than Shadow Eater. And like, yeah, but I don't have the morsels to spare. It's not like we're floating morsels every turn and throwing them up to Penumbra, right? It's like we're struggling with the morsels. But I have Forever Flame. I have Mind Jacks. I can take him. He's 0. Big Sludge is also 0, and he's probably just a lot better. But Big Sludge is too big. Where do I put him? He doesn't make any sense anywhere. I'd take Wickless Tycoon, but I don't think so. Shadow Eater. I just don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think I can spare the morsels. I really, really don't. What are we looking at here? Probably gonna look for Umbra banner isn't bad, so let's take the average case, which is on average the middle 4 should be 7 space. Okay, I don't want to find Morsel Master because he doesn't add anything. Because in that case, he takes up 1 space. I can only play 3. I can play 3 morsels without him there, and I can only play 2 with him there. Yeah. So, and we already have a lot of morsel cards, so we're gonna go to the magic shop. Heal up to full health also. Very cool. Gotta put a -1 on Gem Trove, absolutely. I want that card to be playable. Plus 20 in Consume doesn't make any sense here. I don't... Pack Morsels is fine to remove Consume from, actually. I've said it a lot of times about Gem Trove, right? I think that this card could say add 3 uncommon or rare morsel units to your hand, and I would still play it at 3 energy. So at 1 energy, I'm pretty happy with that, even if I have to pay a little money for it. And then we'll roll for holdover. Okay. And if I hold this card over, our morsel generation is just out of this world now. It's maybe too much? Like, it's maybe not worth it to do this. Our backline clearing has... We do need to answer backline clearing ahead of Temperate. Another good reason to not take Shadow Eater is because he's going to get smacked down by Temperate. Although maybe with his plus 10 healing, if I feed him 2 morsels, he's healing 20. He's only going to be losing roughly, I don't know, 30 health around instead of 70, so... Yeah, no, I don't think Shadow Eater was the pick here. I think that Shadow Eater was bad again. With the buff, I think you can maybe pick Shadow Eater into Seraph the Diligent. But that's it. Because he can't handle... Yeah, no. Never Shadow Eater. Never. -1 this. I don't think I'm going to hold this card over. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I changed my mind again. It's a little scary, but our morsel generation is very large now, and any runoff morsels go up to see Penumbra. Spell Shield 2. I don't hit enemies with spells very much. I have Antumbra Assault, but I will not be killing 5 health enemies with Antumbra Assault anyway. So for the most part, Spell Shield 2 changes nothing. Okay, Penumbra, we're gonna want to take space from our next one. Our next combat. And Steward goes up here. We get him turned on, that's all I need to do. Also, Penumbra just wipes these entire floors. Yeah, we have this is the frontline damage you can see in this clan combo, for sure. Like, this is your big boy damage output, with Penumbra doing big chunks, Allied Construct doing big chunks. And sometimes it looks okay. But sometimes it also looks really bad when you don't get to turn them on or when you don't get that trample, right? And it gets to look a little, how do you put it? Bad. It gets to look a little bad, a little fucking awful. That's what I'm trying to say there. Yeah. We really, really are going to need to pick up space. It's too bad that I took draw, I guess, but I think the draw was a good pick anyway. But from this position, it's just, I need Space Prism or Crucible Extension right now. Everything else is really well set. I just need Space Prism or Crucible Extension. And then we can... I mean, we can't find Space Prism at this point either. Should probably wait on the train stores and play out the dregs on the top floor since they burn out and they make space for us. But yeah, these two are like, they're the bash bros here. They're just gonna cut right through the enemies for us. And he's pretty unkillable. Remnant Pact you, but I shouldn't. It doesn't matter. Fucking oof, dude. Died to a morsel. Give the morsel as you're dying says oof. Holy shit, that's a big oof right there. Am I right, fellas? I'm hip. Yeah, I am hip. Thank you. Thank you for noticing. Yeah. Yeah. He's outputting about 160 per round if he's gonna solo Seraph. He's gonna need a lot of fuel for that. But that's a big if. Furnace Tap is a really good pickup here. Furnace tapping Penumbra is really strong. Yeah. And a lot of these rounds are... I'm not really playing anything. Memories of the Melted is way, way worse now. Is it still takeable? Let's see. I'm gonna have probably... We can expect like 8 or 9 deaths in the long term. I'm gonna go for this because I think we're gonna win off of a really big spike. I'm gonna pick it, and then we're just gonna find anything that says X on it that isn't forever consumed, because I wanna get an actual X card, not forever consumed. I kind of want to go right path. I want to look for permafrost. I want to look for a -1 in permafrost on furnace tap, and I want some removals, man. I really want to get some removals rolling here. I need to get rid of these train stewards. I need to get rid of probably these wicklashes as well. Like, there's a bunch of stuff to get sent away. But an event could be really strong. But like, both of these paths have something I'm gonna waste. I guess this path is better. I should have looked here. That's a magic shop up next. Okay. Here are the train stewards because they're very unplayable. They are curses in this run. Hellvent, I can duplicate something, but like, what? What would I duplicate here? The answer is I don't think I want to duplicate any of this. Although our morsel generation is so high, I could maybe dupe the construct at some point. Probably not, though. It can duplicate Furnace Tap, but it's really hard to play without Permafrost. Just going to be 2 dead cards. I think I don't dupe anything here. It's a shame to waste it, but what can I do? Multi-strike. How strong am I feeling? The level of strength I'm feeling depends 100% on which floor loses space. If top floor loses space, I'm a little afraid. If bottom floor loses space, I feel no fear. And if middle floor loses space, I feel no fear. In 2 out of 3 cases, this doesn't scare me. I'm gonna go for it. It's only scary if if I have to play Penumbra bottom floor. And if that's the case, then we might just die. That's fine. Construct, he's gonna be threatened, of course, but as long as I'm able to, because it's 60 damage coming up, but I should be generating enough lifesteal morsels for him to be okay. That's the idea here. I should be able to handle this. So about that. Yeah, so about that plan. What was it again? I could do something real wild, like try to dripfall Penumbra, but that doesn't sound right. You can take 40 off or 20 off you by playing 2 dregs, but then you're out of fuel. So I gotta play dreg and then a rubble morsel, and I think I'll just kick this can down the road with a dripfall. $50 damage puts you to 30. They're currently threatening 32. This is really bad because I didn't hit my morsels in time. Okay. You're going to be taking 30, but then next turn you're going to be threatened with 52. It doesn't make a difference if I do this or not. Right, this is probably bad. What I should do is I guess I should dripfall the Collector in case I draw into Antumbra Assault. I have a feeling I'm going to be needing to Antumbra Assault the 10 times 2, but, you know, there's worlds where I catch this for that. Okay. Get me out of here. I need to hit a lifesteal morsel. Thank you. And now things look less terrible. Just a little, but they look less terrible, right? Because okay. You get the lifesteal morsel down. What are we looking at here? You're taking 6, you're going to be at 24. The next floor threatens 60. You're going to be at 24. With a 60 threatened. So, what am I drawing into next turn? There's a few options here of what I'm drawing into next turn. I can take the threat down to 40, and then I can double chump block it down to 20, and then you're fine. I'm gonna get smacked by this tank, I think. But he's only gonna hit me for 12, and I have max health. So I think that, I guess the alternative play is I leave you at damage shield 1 and 30 health, which is an effective 40. You're going to be threatened for 60, we can chump block 2. I think that either way you slice it, I have to kill one of these though. It's the same amount of damage threatened, so I think I need to kill this. And then, 2, 3, 4, I can kill this Collector, right? No, not quite. Because Train Steward's 2 space. If you were a Dreg, I could kill the Collector. Too bad. Yeah, if I could get one more unit on this floor, I could catch it. Too bad. Space, if only. Okay. I think we've done enough here to find ourselves alive. I think we've done enough. 40 damage threatened, you're at 24. I need to tank 2 hits for you. Just play 2 morsels on you, I suppose. I could, Good Furnace Tap. Furnace Tap is probably a bad idea. Oh. Hello. That's weird. 3 of a kind. 2 morsels and you come out of this alive. Right on. Alright. We got there. I do not want to feed this guy. I'll just redraw into morsels. It doesn't matter. Major refraction. As it turns out, I should have taken minor refraction, it looks like. Although, giving him that extra health is really strong. I think it was worth it. This guy having all this extra health is really nice. I think. Oh, he's out of fuel because I had to chump block him so much. Ugh. Disgusting. Alright. This is just so difficult. The run's so hard. I mean, I took this trial with not really confidence. I just took this trial. That's all I did. I took the trial. And I knew it was going to be tough. Ugh. I'm going to take another 12. Okay. I can get a lifesteal in there. And this wave scares me. Don't get me wrong. I gave you just a short ugh, but like it's an ugh of recognition that there's a chance I just die. I might just get overwhelmed by this raw damage output. No backline damage. This is insane. I didn't. Yeah, wow. Yeah, wow. That's a lot of damage. What can I even say? There's no backline damage. I can't kill enemies behind, right? I guess I shouldn't have taken multi-strike because these guys... I don't know when the boss spawns with something and when it doesn't. I guess I'm starting to learn it on floor 5 because I think this is the floor that it matters the most. It's like Harvesters of Death does not spawn with anything. That's the one with the tanks and the sycophants. The stealth ones do spawn with 2 stealth goons behind, and then Sycophant spawns with the tank and the Sycophant, and then the Rage combat I think doesn't spawn with anything. This is one of those things that I really need to learn, because it's really important to be like, oh yeah, if I take this I'm going to die because there's going to be 40 damage behind Self-Made Harpy and there's nothing I can do about it, right? But I didn't know. I wish, this is the sort of information obfuscation I wish that wasn't in the game. Because the combats are seeded, I wish there was somewhere that they would just be like, here's what you're gonna fight. I could just write it all down, but that's gonna take a lot of work, and I don't want to do that. Okay, enough speaking on what's happening here. He's only got 3 rounds in him. 5, 10, then you take 15, and then 40 kills you. So I have to take 2 of the hits off of you here to even have you have a chance. Probably best to just Dripfall the Harpy. I can also Dripfall Penumbra for what that is worth, which is very little amounts of damage. But I think that no matter how you slice it, we're going to die here. But I think that our best potential play is going to be something like this. 268, and then I drop Penumbra and it's 348. Yeah, we're dead. We're dead as hell. Multi-strike killed me. I didn't know these were spawning. I will know that next time. Every time I die because of one of these, I become stronger because I learned something else, right? Yeah. Turns out that a boss round that does 65 damage per... No, sorry, 65 damage per round is overwhelming. Who knew? That was crazy, man. 2 just fucking god-awful runs, though. Yeah, Melting Umbra, or Umbra Melting has to be the hardest faction combo. it's just too much. There's so much bad about these factions that usually gets picked up by another faction, but together they just highlight their badness, which is, hey, we can't really kill backline very well. Hey, the only way to really have a good frontline killer is to have your tank that's also killing frontline. And if they're just gonna eventually die, or by the time you get to the boss, they're gonna be at like a quarter health and get killed. Gross. I mean, really, just gross. That's all I can say. It's funny too because if you switch Gorge Penumbra, like if you switch these two runs around, I think you would have a pretty good run as well because all the morsel gen in this run would have worked really well in the first run. But yeah, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, leave me a like, subscribe if you want to see more. I will see you in the next one. Have a good one.